Hey DMs, one of the toughest parts of our role is finding the balance between encouraging player creativity and maintaining the structure of the game. Sometimes we have to say no, unfortunately. But here's the thing, saying no shouldn't be about protecting your plans or shutting players down. It's about ensuring the game is fun for everybody. In this video, I'll cover when it's appropriate to say no, how to do it effectively, and why it's an important part of being a great dungeon master. Let's roll. Knowing when to say no is critical. It's not something you should do lightly, but there are moments when it's the right call. When a request breaks the rules or badly imbalances the game, we need to come in with a soft but gentle no. Maybe the player wants to cast a spell in a way that ignores its limitations or uses a homebrew mechanic that's wildly overpowered. It's okay to step in and say this wouldn't be fair or that this should be corrected going forward. When the ideas would clash with your established lore or disrupt the group, you need to step in. You've designed the campaign around a specific tone, and therefore you've made the rules for your universe that you've created. Anything that breaks those rules could be jarring and take players out of the immersive experience. For example, introducing futuristic tech into a medieval setting, well, that doesn't follow the rules that you've established for your campaign setting. So it's okay to remind the player of that. When behavior crosses the boundary, like a player being disruptive or making others uncomfortable, it's important, it's your job to intervene and say no. Everyone deserves to feel safe at the table. Remember, saying no isn't about shutting people down, it's about maintaining a fun and cohesive experience for the group. Saying no doesn't always have to be a negative experience. The way you deliver it makes all the difference. Approach it constructively by being respectful and direct. Start by validating their idea. Something like, it's a really clever concept, but it doesn't quite work with the way the spell functions in the rules. This keeps the conversation positive and collaborative. Offer alternatives that align with the game you're playing instead of shutting down their idea entirely. Suggest a tweak that works within the game's mechanics or theme. Be consistent with your rulings. One of the worst things you can do is to have inconsistent rulings for basically the same thing. Players are more likely to accept your decisions if they know you're being fair and consistent. Stick with the rules and tone you've established so the players feel confident in your judgment. When you don't want to outright deny an idea, use the yes but approach, which is very similar to the yes and advice that I gave in my video about how to improve your D&D with improv. It's all coming full circle, people. But anyway, I digress. Let's say that your player wants to jump on the back of a dragon that is currently flying above the party. I'd say to that player, yes, you can try to jump on its back, but it requires a pretty high athletics check. And if you miss, you could take falling damage and be prone. Then let the player decide now that they have more information. If they still want to try it, no problem. If they roll in that 20, it could be an epic cinematic and the player will feel like a hero. If they fail, well, you told them and they knew the risks, but they made the decision, not you. And finally, did you watch my video about how to run session 0? I covered it in a live sort of session, live video thing, but you should definitely have a session 0. This is where you talk with your players about what's off limits so you can avoid these sort of confrontations during an actual game session. Saying no as a DM isn't about being rigid or shutting down ideas. It's about guiding creativity within the structure of the game. Always remember saying no should serve the purpose of making the game fun for everyone at the table, including you. That said, don't be afraid to challenge yourself to say yes when you can. With the right approach, those moments can lead to some of the most memorable and exciting parts of your campaign. So what's your strategy for saying no as a DM? Share your tips in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more DM tips and tricks. Thanks for watching and may all your rolls be nat 20s.